So I'm working on writing a book and I tried to get my partner's advice on how to end one of the chapters. I had two different ways of ending it. And one was basically where the character is still in front of the other character as things are going down and they kind of, as they separate, ends there. Or it ends where we follow one of the characters after they leave to kind of get a little bit more of their thought process after a big scene happens. And so I call my partner and I'm like, hey, like, can you just help me like figure out which one you think would be a better choice to end this chapter with the context that this is how the next chapter starts. And he starts asking necessary questions. He's like, okay, well, like, what led to this part? And I'm like, oh, okay, this is what happened in the chapter. But then the reason that this happened in this chapter is because earlier this happened. And the reason that I'm trying to figure out if I should talk about this here is because technically it doesn't need to be here. It could be and it's helpful. But if, for example, I feel like it needs to be included, I can put this in this chapter because that is when that another character will be in the same area. So they can kind of give a descriptor of what that area looks like and they can express that. So I'm like doing all these things and I sat there for like 15-20 minutes just describing context to figure out if I should go with option A or B, which makes sense. But if that's going to be the case for every decision that I like want feedback on, oh my goodness. Like at this point, like every time I finish a chapter, I might as well just send it to him and be like, just look at it so you have the context so when I have to ask you again. And that's not even a shade to him. It's literally recognizing like everything is so contextual that I have to explain one, what's happened so far, and two, what's going to happen in the future, which is why I'm not saying certain things or why I think I should say things or move it to a certain section. I I'm like what's crazy is like I'm not even actually writing it like, oh, like each sentence. I'm doing a think of like I'm doing an outline but to the extent and detail of like an annotated bibliography. Um oh my god. Like if that's going to be the case every time, I now I see why this takes multiple rounds of edits. Holy cow.